I am building my wife her dream chicken coop. And if you missed the first video, that's where we got to the point where we are today. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. So in the last video, I got the rafters up, and I'm working on the sub fascia board right now. That'll keep these rafters steady, and then we go on to the metal roof. You know, working along can be a blessing. Also, it's challenging sometimes. As you'll see, I built these little arms out of boards to hold this board up until I get it all screwed in and get it just where I want it. You got to be creative when you're working on your own. These boards are 2x8s. I can't remember if they're 12 or 14 feet, but whatever, these things are really heavy. So putting up these temporary boards to use as little arms or holders really helped me get these boards secure. This is the second of a few videos about me building this chicken coop. Now in the future videos, we're going to work on things like the raised coop section, getting some good ventilation, and also making the nesting boxes. So if you want to be alerted with these new videos, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll try to do a video at least once a week. The day that I'm working on this, it was forecast for possible rain, and it actually did rain, but it was kind of one of those hit and miss showers, and I just kept working straight through the rain because I was determined that I wanted to get to a certain point before I finished for the day. The panels on metal roof are 14 feet. I thought I had it calculated right, but I didn't take in consideration the boards that are going to be on the front and the back. So I had to calculate those. I've got to go through the entire back and cut. I did intend to have more overhang on the front than the back. That's going to work out. But right now I've got to go through the entire back row and cut those boards. I used a chalk line in order to get everything straight and know exactly where I need to cut. After that, I just go by one, cutting each one of the boards to fix my mistake. After that's finally done, I'm mounting these 1x4s on the rafters in order to be able to mount the metal roof sheets to it. The 1x4s that I'll be using on this are actually treated 1x4s. This is one of those times that I noticed, Scott, you have got to lose some weight. Somebody as big as me fitting in through these little holes, it's not very fun.
It's finally time to put the metal roof on. Now, I think I picked the windiest day of the year, so the goal is to get this sheet on, get it screwed down with just a few screws so it doesn't blow away. Once I got the first sheet of the metal roof bolted down and figured out where I want everything, I put a string out front to keep everything aligned. I thought I'd try to save a little time, make this thing move a little faster by getting my wife to help. She's only 5 foot tall, and it was a little tough for her to push these sheets up to me. As you can tell by the wind in the microphones, this was a windy day, but luckily it stopped every time I was bringing up a sheet. I just knew any time now that one of these sheets were going to just blow away. You know, it's really no easy way to carry this metal roofing, a 14-foot sheet of metal roofing. Not that I've found anyway, but it's really long. It's not heavy at all, but it's really a little too flexible.
Okay, so last time I got part of the metal roof up, and today I hope to finish this metal roof and then get this other metal piece that came with it on the front, get that done. Hopefully, when I get through today, the entire metal roof will be done. I won't have to fool with it.
I got started really early this morning, and I thought I'm going to get up on that roof, and I realized early in the morning on a metal roof is not really the thing to do. The dew obviously makes it pretty slippery, so I was able to put some fresh sheets up that didn't have any dew on it and just was very careful. I'll be installing these screws on the ribs, but what do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. Do you use the flats or the ribs when you install a metal roof? Okay, now here is the last sheet, and this is where I get to check and see if my measurements were right. I've tried to plan this whole thing from the point of when I set the post in to calculate where the metal roof was going to be.
I messed up. I put a little more overhang over there than I was supposed to. So what I'm gonna do is just basically move this side in about 1.5 inches.
Now that I got those cut off, I was able to move the board in, the same board that I had up there, and looks like this is going to work. On this second half, I decided to use a chalk line to mark where I needed to get the screws to try to get them in a row as perfect as possible. And then after that, I put in the next 1 million screws. So now I finally got every one of the screws in, and it's time to put this little piece on the front. I'm not sure what this piece is called. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. When I went to buy the metal roof, he told me what it was, but I've already forgotten. This piece was a lot more painful than I had expected, but I think it's going to help the looks and also give a little protection up there. Now, if you missed the first video when I was setting the post and actually showed some plans of this chicken coop, I'll tell you what it's going to be like. All the way to the right, the first section on the right, that's going to be a little room, just a small storage room, also a room that we can put a brooder in and also store some feed in it. To the left, those next 3 sections, they're going to be separate chicken coops with separate nesting boxes and separate place for them to sleep. So the chicken coop, it's hard to imagine right now, but it's starting to come together. So if you want to follow me through this whole journey, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button on the video. I'll take you through the entire journey of building this chicken coop, let you know the good and the bad of it. And you might wonder, why in the world would you spend this much time and this much resources on a chicken coop? Well, I've wondered the same thing myself. My wife has wanted chickens for a long time, and then she finally got them about 5 years ago. And the chicken coop that we've got now is just not cutting it, and it seems like all the time we're having to repair something, add on, and, you know, it's just not made for what she wants to do. Now, if you want chickens, believe me, you do not have to build this big of a chicken coop. But she just loves chickens, loves hatching chickens. So I wanted to make this thing so it will last forever for her. That's why we're going through all this trouble making this chicken coop. And if years down the road we decide not to have chickens, then we can use this building for something else, maybe storage, park a tractor under it, or something like that. In the next video, I'll start framing everything in, and it'll start to look like a chicken coop. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see the next video, look in the description below, or click right here.